okay, then we take it and we don't wait for a journalist to pick up the story. We don't wait for someone, media, sponsorship-driven media to pick up the story. We look at the news ourselves. We see what the forming agendas are in elections and campaigns. And we recognize that bipartisan, you see that? Bipartisan collaboration solutions for American working class, family, student, impoverished businesses is the answer. Don't vote party, vote right. We're able to impact community now with this data of similarly situated, measured individual accountability, which identifies the special voter constituency needs of a tragically far too large voter population having voter clout now that once organized can sway elections. The federal crime witness who is created by some sort of official corruption, fraud, and civil rights crimes who decided to become a claimant and register their claims in a public record, a federal court. And then we have the Docket Never Lies series. The Administrative Solutions series Docket Never Lies came out of Higher Lyrics Servicing Being Born to Serve Community. And we share this information. Docket Never Lies series says if you just look at the docket is a scorecard of events, and you can actually see where there's something missing, something deficient, something not recorded. You could see where favoritism was granted for certain parties, or where certain other parties were discriminated against. And you can actually see in certain orders, like we had an order in Roxanne Grinage versus Fern Brown Kaplan et al. In the Eastern District, where the judge actually said non-attorney represented in former Parperis clients, non-attorney represented clients receive less weight than attorney represented clients. So you can see the discrimination, and the docket tells it all, not for the purpose of being able to strong arm the court and make them do anything, not for that purpose, but for the purpose of taking the data into community. And the community of the internet makes our community global now, but we're concerned about U.S. courts. We're concerned about state courts. We're concerned about municipality budgets. We're concerned about where's the money going, where's the federal funding money going, who's pocketing it, who's violating Children's Protective Services policies and procedures to put the money in their own pocket. Real quick, let me show you Higher Lyrics practice model. This is Higher Lyrics, our schematics, okay? We don't wait anymore for anybody to understand what a standard access to standard services practice model is. Higher Lyrics, me, Roxanne Grinage, I have paid my dues. I have provided free standard claims intake assessments for over 2,060 federal crime victims, which birthed and grew the Administrative Solutions tool, the U.S. Citizens Control public docket database, and from that came 11 new federal laws birthed. Champions of Patriotism, Federal Crime Victim Voters, Cross-Party Lines Vote, how 2,000 and now it's up to 2,060 federal crime victim class action case studies innovate champions of patriotism, 11 new federal laws. Federal crime victim voters, cross-party lines, vote, fair voting. So this year we're bringing attention to the fact the answer is not in jumping up and down, going out in front of buildings while everybody else, all state employees and the politicians are getting paid to go in and out of the building on their workday, and you depleting all your resources, time, and energy. The answer is bipartisan collaboration. That's where the solution is for the American working class, student, and impoverished business and families. And we share our what we learned as we go along. That's how the Higher Lyrics CPS malpractice checklist is available for anybody who wants to organize their information, whether they hire me or they're going savvy attorney shopping. They have the components of information that they need to look through and see what actions are available to me, what forms can I fill out on my own, and what do I really need an attorney. And there are processes you need an attorney. Okay, so you can actually pick and choose without having to just keep retelling what you people are calling stories. They're not stories. They're claims, and it's claims data. So back to what I want to say. If you call me, don't give me your first name and say I have a legal question. I don't give legal advice. Roxanne Grinage is not an attorney, is not a lawyer. I do not practice law. We do not sign for anyone. Well, we don't sign anything for anyone. We only can prepare court and claims processes compliant documents, and then we can aggressively, legally market exposure of your claims. Okay, so the world would know the truth one day. If you hire me, you have to go to we do business at my official website, www.hireLyrics.org. If you hire me in retainer, that's $1,500 for 45 days administrative support. The first 2 weeks, the term and condition is you be responsible for the first 2 weeks to be completely available to me to get every piece of documentation and witness testimony, whatever you can give me to verify your claims. We agree on what administrative steps we're going to do. What forms are we actually going to fill out for you? Is it a pro se lawsuit package? What is the statute of limitations? Who's our defendant? Did someone commit perjury? Was it an individual caseworker, a state employee? Was it your ex-spouse in contempt or someone in contempt of a court order? Parent kidnapped your children? Who is the person that's responsible for causing the personal injury? We're going to make that person our main defendant. We're not going after machines. We're not going after processes anymore. We're not going after agencies as a whole who have unlimited legal department taxpayer support. And we are going to recognize when there is a new crop of integrous, promising, ethical judicial candidates when they show up on the horizon. Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas is having its elections this year in spring, May. I'm an April baby. I always get a surge of energy in the spring and April. I'm very excited. And we have about 4 candidates that are extremely promising for bringing integrity and reform and fairness to the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas. Instead of saying everyone is corrupt, instead of saying everyone is bad, we hold faith there are more good people than bad people. And there are many officials, public servants, who who are very passionate about keeping their oaths to protect public safety. Okay? Criminal justice also is an industry. All right? So you want to recognize and support, and that's a way of giving back to community. But me, Hire Lyrics, this paralegal must guard the bottom line. We cannot be lumped in with advocates, activists, and because you met me on or heard about me on Facebook, assume that I'm the same person as Crystal Cox or Bill Windsor or Elliot Bernstein, because we seem to be talking about the same thing when I am an adverse party of all 3 of those people, Bill Windsor, Elliot Bernstein, Crystal Cox, who are being brought to bear for their internet predator, for their targeting federal crime victims to take advantage of them as internet predators. Okay, cyber extortion and so on. So, I want you also to go to my website. You're going to see a clear www.hirelist.org. You're going to see clear services and support you can retain in 45 calendar days for $1,500. You must pay $750 first installment. The other $750 due upon delivery of your documents. I try to shoot for 30 calendar days and give you 15-day support thereafter. Okay? If you don't retain me again for another 45 calendar days, there's no support. I can't afford for my business to go under and my operating expenses not to get paid. If you say, I don't want to pay you, or I don't have the money to pay you $1,500 or $750, but I want a filing done, federal court filings are $1,500. That includes the research for compliance, $1,500, and state court filings are $1,200 with 30 days preparation time for me to research that court and make sure any documents are prepared for you. Are those court's documents compliant with that court? I have a fundraiser. Go look for my fundraiser on Facebook and donation buttons at Higher Lyrics. If you would like to donate to subsidize to the indigent population, we have several strong claimants, federal crime victims who we would like to take on that simply can't afford us. And we worked real hard trying to get grant funding, which the Department of Justice gives grants for exactly what it is. The Office of Crime Victims gives grants for exactly it is what we do. But 2 years ago, when we went to apply for our grant, the first step in that grant is the Dun and Bradstreet number for our business. We found out our Dun and Bradstreet number had actually been hijacked, stolen by the city of Philadelphia, DHS, who we had sued several times, and for on behalf of ourselves and several other people, were able to make citizens layperson referral, which we did. We took 200 claimants verified here in the city of Philadelphia, working class, student, and impoverished people, and we transmitted it to the state's attorney general and their candidates at the time, the Pennsylvania State Attorney General, as to why the working class student and Philadelphia population of federal crime victims, families, and business owners deserve the same top shelf investigations, prosecutions, and audits as were given by our esteemed prosecutors here in Pennsylvania for the Kids for Cash and the Middle District convictions, and for the Penn State Gary Sandusky convictions, because we have judges in the Philadelphia Family Court. Kevin M. Doherty, the administrative judge, senior judge Robert J. Matthews, and Margaret T. Murphy jointly have more criminal child abuse victims than the Kids for Cash Middle District judges and Penn State Gary Sandusky put together. So we deserve an investigation of Philadelphia Family Court as well, and we certainly deserve to support any integrous, promising, ethical judicial candidates that may run. There's a fundraiser at my site, donation buttons. If you want to help subsidize a crime victim whose claims you believe in, subsidize their retainer fee, you must make a donation and say who you want it to go to, all right, who you want it to be attributed to. Otherwise, there are payment buttons for you can do $750 twice of half of $1,500, or you can pay me individually for something that you want. If you want a consultation, a lot of people are asking for a consultation, you must prepay $100. A consultation with me is actually a claims intake assessment interview of up to 2 hours. And of course, if you choose to hire me after that, that $100 comes off of the $1,500. Okay. I'm still taking complaint forms for Bill Windsor. I'm still taking your complaints to go to the Attorney General Consumer Protection regarding Bill Windsor. You can join me and the other, we're up to, we're over 40 now, of people who don't have legitimate complaints against Bill Windsor of Lawless America and certain internet predator crimes that he's committing with regard to his Lawless America movie project. All right, that's hurting a lot of people in terms of them being retaliated against by their stalkers, their employers, local law enforcement, because of the mangled way and inaccountable way Bill Windsor will not protect their sensitive information that they gave. Okay, everything you read at RoxanneGrinage.com is a lie. Crystal Cox and Elliot Bernstein are going down in flames for crimes that they committed against, starting with Obsidian Financial, Kevin Patrick, Mark J. Randazin, and Nevada Eastern District Court. Several judgments. Crystal Cox is insane. And Crystal Cox and Elliot Bernstein own RoxanneGrinage.com. So I'm going to protect Higher Lyrics' good name, and I'm also going to make sure Higher Lyrics remains solvent so that we are here to serve by standard access, regardless of who you know or what you have. You can achieve standard access to legal assistant, marketing, careers, project manager services. God bless everyone. I'm Roxanne Grinage. I'm the grandmother of 6810 Mob Assault, Ezekiel Brown and Ariel Brown, by Eric Brown, by Mob Assault, Guns and Baseball Bats, Eric Brown, Sandra Sullivan, Diane Kenny, Marquita Autry Tate. Okay, and I am also the owner of Higher Lyrics Administrative Services and the inventor of an innovative reform administrative solutions tool that measures individual accountability, U.S. citizens control, public docket database, restore courage to journalism, tell the truth for the sake of truth no matter what. The U.S. citizens control the public docket. Thank you very much.